Nice to meet you.
I'm super happy to be here in Hannover again.
Yeah.
Seeing a pretty crowded group already at the booth.
Fantastic.
It's fantastic, but believe me, it's getting even more crowded in the next couple of hours and days.
Okay.
We've seen a lot of solutions already, helping our customers to increase their profitability.
Das Simon hier.
And to be just staying competitive and innovative. Seeing also Siemens Xcelerator as being our open digital business platform being represented everywhere as an enabler between combining the real and the digital world. So, and as we gather here in Hannover, I think we find ourselves in a pivotal moment for our industries, isn't it? And I think we see unprecedented challenges. Business landscape 2025 is super challenging for everybody.
Yeah.
And this demands for speed, for innovations, and really get things done finally and take big leaps. And a couple of those challenges are, for example, the supply chain. I think when we see all those natural disasters around us, or the geopolitical problems and challenges and tensions we are seeing, this shouts out for resilience, for supply chain resilience.
Yeah.
When we see the increasing customer demands, this is something which is evolving even more. So buyers are not just demanding for quality, but also for an increase of having a transparent, sustainable practice throughout the value chain.
Yeah.
Then we see the workforces, which are even more, even more aging now, and a high turnover rate. And then, of course, there is a critical shortage, a skill shortage in the workforces when it comes to evolving technologies like AI and robotics. So this even slows down, I think, or threatens to slow down innovation and the big leaps we need so urgently now.
Yeah.
And then it's about sustainability, of course. Sustainability is not an option, it's a need, it's a must.
Absolutely.
And with that, we see green supply chain as being a business necessity. And last but not least, on top of everything, our products are getting even more complex and their life cycle even shorter. So Tim, help me out. How do you see this, and how does the IT-OT connection help us here?
Thanks, Linda. I completely agree. All these challenges, we're living the perfect storm as we speak. I would even say that PLM becomes as important as ERP. Maybe even PLM becomes even more important as ERP. Who knows? That the future will bring.
And since many, many years, CLEVR is one of our partners. And I think you've been starting with Team Center and Ops Center. You are also, since day one, a partner of our local platform Mendix. So tell us a little bit about CLEVR.
Yeah, okay, thanks for asking. So CLEVR, just in a nutshell, we've been around for many years already, right from the start. And basically what we try to do, I think, is quite unique. We have three main pillars: low-code, PLM, product lifecycle management, and manufacturing optimization. And by combining those three, we help our customers to get in the right digital flow. The right digital flow, why do we call it the digital flow? Because, to be honest, change is the only constant, like you've seen with all the challenges you talked about. So we say it's a never-ending story. So we always say, okay, let's start from a vision and then move to value. Always think big with our customers, but start small to gain the trust and then scale fast. And over the years, we had the pleasure to work with multiple companies, both locally and internationally. So yeah, that's CLEVR.
Yeah, I see a lot of impressive logos you have on your chart. Yeah. So very good to see how successful you are.
Thanks.
Also combining here the real and the digital world. So what exactly do you do in combining the IT and OT world? Can you explain a bit?
Yeah, indeed. If we zoom into IT and OT, I would like to start off by a famous quote inspired by Charles Darwin. It's not the strongest of species that survive, nor the most intelligent ones, but the ones most adaptive to change. The most important word in this context is most, because everybody is changing. That's not so strange. but you need to be an early adopter to really fully benefit from the potential. And having said that, that's how I think how important IT and OT, bridging the gap between those two really is. And that's where I also would say, hey, why not rephrase this to, instead of saying the quote from Charles Darwin, rephrase it as it's not the strongest of companies that survive, nor the most intelligent ones, but the ones that truly bridge the gap between IT and OT. Because we're sitting on an enormous amount of data. It's crazy, yeah? So you really need to actively listen to what's going out there, to listen to all this data. Now, having said that, in the past we always said, you know what, let's rip and replace. Let's take this system out and replace it by something new. But to be honest, it's very time consuming, it costs a lot of money, and in the long run that's not sustainable. So how, if there is a new and better way to do this? Leaf and layer approach. What if there is new technology out there, low code, that is helping you to really bridge that gap and to leave the existing systems in place and to layer on top of that? Of course, if you're talking about IT and OT, we need to be able to connect across machine level, across factory level, also on enterprise level. We can do all that with low code very easily. So we're able to connect all the dots. Fantastic. But then you're not yet bridging the gap between IT and OT. You really need to bring the business content together with the data. And having said that, I can give you two advices. First of all, always keep the core clean. If you have an ERP system, if you have a PLM system, if you have a manufacturing optimization system or a CRM system, keep the core clean. Why? If this is a SaaS solution, you always want to have access to the latest functions and features. So that's very important. Keep the core clean. In the past, we tried to customize everything into ERP. That time is gone. But of course, if you keep the core clean, let's now extend the capabilities by using low code. Low code is really bringing business and IT very closely together, collaboratively, and that way you can really work your way out and make yourself agile and flexible to the ever-changing market trends.
Great. So seeing that you managed to use Mendix, our low-code platform, and being one of those layers, great to see this. And I think we had a very provocative headline which said the customer need to fundamentally change their strategy when it comes to IT-OT connections. And I think what would be great for the audience is to understand a little bit on what is a concrete example. Can you give us a tangible example of a customer?
Yeah, very good question, because I'm talking a little bit maybe too theoretical. And I can think of many cases where you're bringing the core systems like PLM together with low code, or where you bring ERP together with low code to actually bring together the best of both worlds. Now, the example I brought with me today is the example of Tech4U. Tech4U is one of our customers we're very proud on. We've been working with them for many years already. And what they're doing is they're delivering material compliance for their customers. So a very important topic. Now, having said that, last year we had an interesting exercise with them, because all the sustainability regulations, of course, sector specific, it's putting a lot of pressure on companies. So what we did for them is we worked with them on a very big low-code platform to have this all material compliance in place. But we actually interconnected that with the PLM systems of the customers. And those PLM systems, there we say, Olé, dear customers, keep your core clean. All the sustainability requirements, no worries. We will handle them for you. Sector specific. So if you look at the picture on the slide, then you can look the complete product life cycle. And also in different steps, we can extend the functionality by really adding the sustainable product design, for instance, in the design phase, or by adding an extra parameter in the manufacturing space where we really do the compliancy management. But it does not stop there, because also in the maintaining phase, we go to compliance enhanced digital twins, or we can even go to life cycle assessments, where we, by the way, we also interconnect with all the OT on machine level, on factory level, and we're bringing all this data back into the quality reviews, and as a result, we're completely compliant with the sustainability regulations. I'm sorry, Linda, for Tech for You.
A difficult word, I understand.
I know.
So I think out of script, we haven't prepared this question.
Okay.
But what I see you excitement and how happy you are at the moment. What would be lovely to see for you going forward in our relationship with Siemens?
I think Siemens today is a very good position. If I look at the competition out there, Siemens is the only player who's really combining digital industries with the necessary software to make things happen. You guys have PLM. Of course, there are other vendors as well. But you are able to combine this with low code, and that's what makes you unique. You really are in a position, I'm getting goosebumps while I'm saying it.
Me too.
You really get in a position, and together as a partner, we're really excited to get that accelerator platform working for all our customers.
Aha. Very good to hear this. So, and it's not just about us, I would say. It's also about having such great partners as you are, helping us to integrate the technologies at the customer side. Is super exciting. It's also super exciting to see a couple of portfolio elements from our partners coming onto our Siemens Xcelerator digital business platform. That said, I think we are already done with explaining on how we think you should combine the IT and OT world. And if you want to hear more information about CLEVR, then just go onto our marketplace, and there's a QR code for you where you can see the profile of CLEVR on our Siemens Xcelerator marketplace. If you want to get in touch with Tim, the CEO of CLEVR, and if you want to learn more about us and Siemens Xcelerator, just approach us at the booth. We are happy and excited to see you there. And with that, I think cheers and bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye.